All right, so I know the past this is my third video in the past 5 or 6 videos talking about the coronavirus, and I will get back to regular schedule programming when necessary or soon. But I'm kind of tired of talking about the coronavirus, but I feel like this is a video that I want to do to ease the minds of people that have a lot of anxiety. Now, I'm not gonna downplay the coronavirus by any stretch of the imagination, and prior to any friends or family or someone you know who has hopefully not died and added to the mortality rate of coronavirus, and or anyone who's just gotten sick from it. I mean, we don't wish that upon anyone, but I did want to do this video because I think that the perception is not always the reality, and I like to look at numbers and look at raw data, and also talk about how I believe the media does play a significant role into instilling this extra fear. Now, like I said, with this coronavirus, it's hit many countries across the world, and you do want to be diligent with the hand washing, with the hand sanitizing. If you cough and you cover your mouth, make sure you do it at a flexed elbow. Try not to touch your face too much, which I'll probably do in this video a few times. But just be diligent and have a common sense. Wear a mask if you feel you need to, and stay away from a lot of crowded events. And as you very well may know, they're shutting down just concerts, NBA, UFC, just any type of big sporting event. You want to kind of shy away. I will say though that the high risk people are people that are 60 years and above, so much older age. I think the average age for a person with mortality is about 80 years old. So if you're in that range, 60 years and up, and you have a suppressed immune system, if your immune system is already not up to par, it's already compromised, you are at higher risk, and definitely you want to take precautions, and you may want to self-quarantine in your house. With that being said, I want to ease a little bit some of the minds out there about the coronavirus, because all you hear about is death. And as of right now, being the second week of March at the time of this video, I'm not going to have the exact numbers, but I'm going to be pretty relatively close. There are 130 plus thousand cases around the world globally, and about a little over 5,100 deaths, which is a mortality rate of like 3.5%. And I'm going to be within a couple of percentage points, so don't try not to be a stickler about it. My numbers are not exact, but around 3.5 to 3.7% mortality rate. Yes, no one wants to hear about death. No one, everyone is scared shitless. A lot of people are scared shitless about it, but you need to put things into perspective. The majority of the cases are in China. China alone had about 80,000. The United States has over 1,000. And if you break it down, assuming the majority of my subscribers live in the United States, you want to look at the data, especially where you reside. So for instance, I live in California, and as of yesterday, there were about 153 cases of the coronavirus in California. That's where I reside, and there have been 4 deaths. Now, like I said, I don't take death lightly. I don't think anybody should. But of the 4 deaths, the majority of people that do die from the coronavirus are above the age of 60, and they have a compromised immune system. So someone like myself in my 40s, early 40s, I have a good immune system. Washing my hands, I'm doing all the things necessary, or trying to. The chances are very low that something will happen to me. Now, anything could happen, but I'm just saying you don't want to live in a world where anything. You could be running in circles all day. You could say, well, what if this? What if that? What if that? Well, you know what? I'm going to give you some other statistics to put this in perspective. Okay, this is where it goes. So the number one leading cause, and this is according to data from the CDC, Centers for Disease Control of 2017, and it may even be a little bit higher, but the number one killer is heart disease, and it kills about 650 in 2017. It killed 650,000 people in the United States alone. Not globally, not globally. It's higher globally. I'm talking about just the United States. 650,000. And the mortality rate of over 23% mortality rate. Right now, the coronavirus mortality rate is in the threes. Heart disease is 23.5. Media doesn't cover it. Media doesn't want to cover it. They want to cover the virus. I understand. Let's put it in perspective. Second leading cause of death. It's my field, cancer. In 2017, it killed a little under 600,000 people in the United States. Not globally again, 600,000 in the United States. Okay? Sorry, I have allergies. I will wash my hands after. Don't be a hypochondriac. Okay? Mortality rate of like 21%. Accidental injuries account for, I don't have the exact number, I think it's 169,000, close to 170,000 deaths a year in the United States from accidental deaths, just, operating heavy machinery, doing stupid stuff, falling off a cliff when you're rock climbing, zip lining, boom, bungee cord, you get it. It's a mortality rate of 6%. This is not to scare you even more. That's not my intent. My intent is to put it in a perspective. And the last one. What am I in right now? I don't want to bring. Oops, I already hit my ring. I'm in a car. Majority of you guys drive, right? Maybe you take public transportation, but the majority of you guys and gals drive. You know how many motor vehicle accidents, death in the United States on average? About 35,000 a year die from motor vehicle accidents. In the 80s, I was born in the 80s, it hiked up to close to 50,000, 45,000 to 48,000 deaths a year. Now, some people may say, well, how many were intoxicated? How many were sleep deprived? How many were on drugs? Yes, you can, fine tune the data, but it's still going to be higher than the 4 deaths in California. So I'm not taking lightly the 4 deaths that happened in California where I reside, but that's where I live. Could this spread even more? Yes. As of right now, there's still active cases every day, like 100 or something, but I think there still could be a little bit of a peak, but eventually it will drop off. And I think China, which has the most impact, they're finally topped out. I would hope so. And they're if you look at the data, the number of cases for China, their numbers for new active cases for the corona have kind of tapered off, and that's what we want. That's why we're doing more quarantines and lessening the exposure with a big crowd. So anyway, hopefully, I don't know how far you got in this video, but it's just I understand people are scared, even like for us, for workers, we're getting screened every day before we're at just a little quick questionnaire. How do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. Shortness of breath. Have you traveled? If not, you're going to send you home. I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. I'm not against it, to be safe. But the people that are, buying 2 months worth of toilet paper and doing these irrational things because they feel out of control, I understand. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but you got to be rational, and you got to look at the data. I mean, a lot of people, and some people are guilty of it, and I'm not trying to hate on it, but a lot of people that are doing this, they're just listening, they're hearing about death, and then it's like, well, while you are on your way driving to get the toilet paper and stopping by getting a McDonald's, you're increasing your chances of heart disease. You're probably not helping your chances with cancer, and you're driving on the road. So there's a better chance one of those things, those 3 things are going to happen before you get the coronavirus. And even if you do get the coronavirus, like I said, if you're not in that high risk group, the 60 and up, with the bad immune system, if you're not even in that group, you will recover. One of my coworkers, he actually thinks he got the coronavirus. The first doctor said no, and the second one says, I think you had it. And he thinks he had it. He had a lot of the symptoms. And he does have a suppressed immune system a little bit, but he's younger. He's younger than me. He's like 37. And we don't know for sure if he had it because we don't have all the kits, all the test kits, but he recovered. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Continue to be smart about it. My last piece of advice, yeah, if you're older, you got a bad immune system, compromised, I probably wouldn't recommend traveling. That's my only main thing. People that follow my channel, my wife and I are supposed to go to Texas next. Well, we are going to go to Texas unless shit hits the fan, like even worse. But we're going to go to Texas with my daughter. My in-laws are supposed to go too, and that's a game time decision because we don't 100% know. And I'm gonna be objective about it, but I don't want to risk. And they are kind of in that category of higher risk, so they may not go to the trip. It sucks, but these are the things you got to do. That's completely fine. But healthy individuals out there, you wash your hands, you eat right, you know, it's fine. In the meantime, take care of yourself. I mean, there's people just like shoveling down burgers left and right. You probably won't be dead in like 2 days, but you're dying a slow death. And that's why like a third of, I don't want to rant too much, a third of Americans are obese, 2/3 are overweight. You're dying a slow death. I'm sorry, you probably gonna get you can get heart disease, but you're worried about the coronavirus right now. That's your main priority. It's like prioritize that, prioritize your health as well, because the numbers that I said about the heart disease, the cancer, and all that, it's all in there, and it's way more. The mortality rate is way higher. The numbers are way higher than the coronavirus, and you can't dispute it. So prioritize, people. Wake up. Don't just let the media dictate how you think. That's it. And hopefully I won't have to do any more videos about the corona. Hopefully this thing is on the way down. I don't know if that's true yet. I still think there's a little bit of an uptick, but eventually it's going to get contained and it will go down and we will move on with our lives. That's it. Bye.